Good morning, everyone. My name is Abu Muhammad. I'll be presenting to you the EAC Event Manager app that I have for our course project. So first things first, we'll get into the overview, and then we'll talk about the project scope and feasibility, what the key functions of the application would be, and lastly, I'll give you guys a taste of the user interface, show you guys what that looks like. All right, so to begin with the overview, the name of the app, like I mentioned, is going to be the EAC Event Manager App. The key assumptions are WhatsApp is currently the only means of communicating and getting information out of what's going on in the community. The stakeholders are going to be the community event managers and coordinators, those that set up events and manage them, and the regular community members that are active on the group chat. The roles will be the administrators of the app will be the sole user of this app, as well as the audience, those that come to visit and RSVP to those events. The target audience will be the East African community members, and our competitors right now are Facebook, as you can do, you can create events on there and then invite people to RSVP to it. The reason why I see that as not really being a competition, even though we stated that there are competitors, is that not everyone is interested in being on social media, and this app still gives them the ability to go on without having to have that social media aspect to it. So the project scope and feasibility, what problem or opportunity does the app address? The problem that's being addressed with the app is lack of organization. The app will help the community organize their events in a more professional and effective way. What needs to be done? The following slide shows all that needs to be done via a work breakdown structure. The scope of this project will be an application that simply displays all events that are going on in the community. It will give an administrator permissions to manage the events that are displayed in the app. And it will also give the users the ability to view and RSVP to those events. The feasibility, thanks to the Mendex platform, this project is feasible and can satisfy the business needs of the community. All right, so here's everything that needs to happen via work breakdown structure. So we have the analysis phase, and then as you can see, there's a design phase in there, starting at 3. And then we'll get into the implementation and deploying, which should all take a total of 6 weeks is my estimate. All right, so what are the key functions of the app? So I'll display those in the following slides. The functional requirements are to manage events. Administrator can make events, update events, and delete, whereas the user can view events and RSVP. All right, and here's a use case diagram. It visually shows what the actors are doing, the visitor, aka user, and then the administrator. So like I said, the user can view events, RSVP, and then the administrator will log in and be able to manage events. And then here's a activity diagram from the user's perspective. They'll go to events and then mark events as going, which means RSVP. And then here's the perspective of an administrator. The administrator will log in, and then after logging in, they'll be able to manage events. They can add, edit, or delete events. All right, and lastly, I'll give you guys a taste of what the Event Manager app is going to look like. So the users will have visibility of, pretty much everything here, the home, events, and the about, whereas the administrator will have access to all of that, the login page as well. And then this right here will be only visible to the administrator, as they should be the only ones having access to adding events. So that is all. Thank you so much for tuning in.